Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is entitled, This is the Future. It was written by Noah Lloyd and Matt Ryan. It's available on the Reckoning of the Dead website. Our game master is Lucas Glasshauer, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be done by Leslie Schaefer as her character, James Logan. But before we begin, we have 3 new patrons, Dave Butterill, Anthony Braddock Southgate, and Kent Blue have each pledged $3 a month to our club. Thank you so much, Dave, Anthony, and Kent. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Leslie?
Okay. Some notes to self regarding 1969. This is the Future Trade Show full report. The powers that be at Midas sent us department heads to spy on Monroe Corporation. Sales associates who knew nothing of this were sent at the beginning of the show in the hopes that Monroe would think that they knew who the players were. We went for the last few days of the show. We registered as dealers, but didn't wear anything to give our corporate affiliation away. It must have worked because I swept our rooms thoroughly and found no bugs. The shark noticed something interesting. His hotel window overlooked the convention center loading docks. He saw 2 unusual boxes, metal and of uncommon shape, being unloaded from cargo vans instead of the usual freight vehicles at the Monroe docking bays. They must have been important because some small wiry guy with glasses, who was obviously in charge, could be seen gesturing wildly and seemed to be screaming for guys doing the unloading. In the center, we all swanned about and then went to our own department display areas. A person in Caleb's home and garden area said the show had seen some excitement. Several times the police have been called for drunken disorderlies and random vandalism. Other thing we spies have found out. Jackie, our security, canvassed the trade hall and found little security except for one room next to the large stage Monroe uses to unveil their next big thing with major fanfare for the last day of the show. The room had a restricted convention staff only sign over its double doors. Jackie caught a brief glimpse inside and saw guards wearing bulletproof vests and toting assault rifles. But the shark confirmed this when he was in the room set aside as a car showroom near the back loading docks and saw armed security guards with the same gear surrounding a tented area and patrolling the area. Turns out that there's a really good view of the restricted area from my appliance booth. The sales associate said he noticed that the security was looser around lunch. I relayed this to Jackie, but the plans he came up with to get a peek inside were deemed too risky. At lunch, we decided that whatever plan we were going with, being dressed as maintenance workers, would have to make us invisible. Caleb suggested spying above from the catwalks. I went off to get uniforms from the dealer in the trade hall, so I missed seeing a man flanked by guards who went straight into the restricted area. Someone recognized him, Artemis Van Slechtenberg, the billionaire. The man has strange hobbies, taxidermy for one. He's said to have strange interests as well, aliens and the occult. I later recalled hearing rumors that he'd had an interest in bioweapons and possible connections to arms dealers. He left, and still there was confusion. A man was literally tossed out the double doors and then threatened to be punched by a little man, the guy that Shark had seen at the loading dock. The violent guy's name is Kent, and he was restrained by Carl, who looks like he stepped off the set of Dallas. He was packing heat. Caleb and the shark followed the guy who got tossed. He told them that before he was caught, he saw that chairs and tables were pushed back against the wall to make room for a metal fence in the middle. Inside the metal fence were 3 strange boxes. Outside the fence was a large area taped off awaiting a midnight delivery. So now we are out of sight, waiting for the trade show to close at 7:30. Then dressed as Baden's men, we will attempt to spy on Monroe's secrets from the vantage of the catwalks.
All right. Thank you very much. So, welcome back, everybody.
Sorry, I meant time fresh.
Oh, it's good. You covered some points I even forgot to recap on. So, you
didn't have time to practice it, so I got nervous.
Oh, no, it's fine. James Logan was the one that secured some custodial outfits, shoes and all, for 5 so-called gentlemen here from the Midas Corporation. And after talking to the one guy who was thrown out and watching from a distance, everybody's gone back together. It's about 7 o'clock at night. We're skipping ahead a little bit. It's about an hour before the convention closes. It's winding down. People obviously are drinking and they're smoking, and people are just getting rowdy it's the night before the last day of the convention. It's probably like the big party night. And it's like Friday night. And so it's just a little different. There's been so many people and so much going on, and it's getting rowdy and people are tired or are hyped up, and depending on what's going on, no one's noticed that you've made your way, we'll say, into the custodial area with your nifty outfits that look really, really close to the custodians here, if not quite. You might even have the fancy like sewn on patches with your names. Got some gear to make it look like it works. You get your mop and bucket and your cart. And of course, Caleb has his clipboard because that's what he said, and it's canon. Oh, he has the prop, so it's definitely canon now. Important work here. Important work. Okay, and you guys have, although you're in a little weird bunch, other custodians probably get together and have smoke breaks and things. So you're kind of back there, and you've noticed that you have a way to move around the building pretty well. You can either walk another back way into the backstage area where the objects of your desire are, but you'd be around the ground floor where the armed personnel probably are as well. Or alternately, the catwalks, which I think is what the group has elected to do. So go ahead.
I'm going to turn on the radio. Do I hear any security chatter? I'm going to click through the channels, see if I hear any of this convention security. Hopefully the guys behind those doors talking.
Okay. Why don't you make a luck check?
Okay.
So until then, I would think to get into the catwalk would be almost like one of these little spiral staircases upstairs. How was your luck check?
27. This to pass.
Okay, you passed. Okay, all right. So you guys are climbing up. I'm not sure if there's an order or if someone's taking the lead. It's kind of narrow up there, and there's different ways to go. But if anyone's afraid of heights, it gets a little creepy as you get up here. Probably good. Boy, if you're above a theater, I would say you're probably at least 30 feet up, maybe a little more.
I'd like to mention too that we have a camera.
You have like a picture taking camera?
We want to be able to take pictures of whatever it is.
Right.
You got the flash on, right?
No.
Well,
Okay.
back then they had the little spy cameras too in the 80s.
Well, you couldn't see
about
that
to
those.
Does somebody have like a lapel mic on or like a hidden microphone?
We were not spies. We're just salespeople.
I think James has some
I've
gadgets.
got some. Yeah. And I've got some bugs that I'm going to lower down if
I've got a little
feasible.
brownie.
A little brownie. Well, actually, they took good pictures.
Brownie pit camera.
I'd suggest we load the camera with infrared film, possibly.
Once again, we were talking about thousands. We don't have access to infrared film.
Like what?
We got
Yeah,
Kodak.
from where?
Salesman.
We are salespeople.
At a trade show.
Oh, we got Kodak. The stuff, we got the little. We got to take it down
Off
to the
the
little booth.
shelf, normal stuff.
Okay, ASA 800 then. How about that? At least, or 400 if it's off the shelf.
400. Well, wait, no, because we're inside, so we need something that will take it in lower light levels.
Yeah,
There's
we just need
lights
a
everywhere,
regular camera to take the photos of things in
400 would be for outside.
No, 100. The lower you get, the lighter, the more light the less light you need.
Okay,
100 maybe.
sure. You have
I mean, the more light you need.
We have an appropriate camera.
Yes.
You use ASA 100, 200 outside. You use 400 to 800 either inside without a flash or to capture things like sports.
Oh, okay.
You are correct. Yeah.
I know. I used to work at a camera exchange, so a place that sold cameras, rather
All right.
full service.
You have your gear. You do have your gear. You're all on radio together. You've all been on like channel 5. Eddie's flipping through, and on like channel 13, you get a little bit of chatter. So like, Rick, location, over. It's like, yeah, Shane, I'm inside. Over. It's break. Rick's and Rick, it's break time. I need you to take a break. I'm coming to relieve you. Over.
No.
Don't worry about that. I'm fine. Damn it. And then the chatter cuts.
All right. Now, are these? You have to key them to talk, right? The walkies. We have an ear thing in, so they're not mics too, are they? I was going to say.
No, you have to. That's
Yeah, you got it.
Press, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go with
I
that.
had
Yep.
come up with voice activated. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. No.
I go. I hear them. I hear the security. They're doing checks on other people.
All right.
We might be able to avoid them if we know where they are.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Well, if we just stay back here, and if anybody walks in, we'll just act like we're having a maintenance meeting. I want you to take the trash cans over to that side.
Yeah.
Sounds
They'll
good.
just ignore us. I bet you they just ignore us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No one pays attention to the janitor.
Not at all.
They shot all the janitors in there.
So you guys were already managing to take the little sneaky staircase up to the catwalks, right? You had
Yeah.
no problem at this point. When you were getting to the top is when Eddie heard the chatter. So like, this is not actually a place custodians should be going. This is like stage crew only, right? And the stage crew is already set up. They'll probably be in tomorrow to like get the lights and make sure everything is tweaked before the grand revealing, which is right after the convention opens, probably around 8 in the morning.
But we
Yeah,
have
runs
maintenance
8.
uniforms, but
You have maintenance uniforms, but you're still maintenance doesn't go in the catwalks. Stage crew does at this point, but maintenance uniforms got you back there with no problem. But this place is dead back here. Like when you snuck back to the kind of staging area and got upstairs, like there's no one here. There's no one.
Yeah. If
There's
anyone
no-
stops us, I'll come up with something like, oh, we're here to fix something, or something is broken.
Yeah,
or, clean
Like
something.
maintenance
yeah.
is maintenance. It's
Light
changing
problems.
lights,
Yeah, like fix a
It's,
light or something. So
Sure.
fixing minor like
I'll fast
changing
talk.
batteries. and
We'll
stuff.
figure it out.
These
We'll figure
batteries.
it
Fast
out.
talk's all you need.
yeah,
That's all
we'll
you
figure
need,
it out.
baby. That's all you need. Anyway.
Yeah. Either you'll fast talk or I will.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So you've managed to take the catwalks, and they go all over up here, right? And at one point you can take them where they go out above the convention hall where everybody was at,
Right.
which is looking down at all the closed tables and booths. Is like it's a big room and you're high up. It's maybe kind of creepy. Then you got some that are kind of going right over the stage themselves, and of course you take over to the right because I visioned you went in to the right of the stage left from the actual viewpoint. So
Yeah.
if you take a right on the catwalks, you'll go. And you're finding yourselves directly kind of above the backstage area. Now, unless you guys are splitting up, I'm kind of keeping you in a group here. So you just tell me, interrupt me raise your hand or whatever, if you need to do something different, right? So Eddie, you've just heard that. And as you guys are coming in, you get past like this partition or this wall as the catwalk kind of goes over it. And as soon as you get over, you can look down and here's the whole back area, the restricted area, which is really just backstage.
Right.
You can see easily to your left is the curtain. To your right against the back wall is a chain linked area with 4 different metal boxes. Actually, no, they wouldn't be. The boxes have all been, you can see the metal boxes. They're actually outside the cage and emptied into the side. And whatever was in them is now inside the chain linked area, but they're all covered with, not a tarp or like a velvet cloth, something looks like, and there's some odd shapes to them. One's very long. One's very
Like
compact.
machinery or like cars.
You can't tell. It looks like there's 3 podiums laid out and 3 objects have been laid, one on each one and covered with like a a velvet cloth of some sort, something large, or a blanket, I guess, size, right? And it's all in this chain link fence area. And then straight ahead of you is the large loading door that would be opening to let loading stuff in and out, whatever. It's big enough to let, gigantic semi in.
Okay.
And everything else has been cleared and pushed to the side. And you see one lone security guard sitting there smoking a cigarette while another one's coming in from the regular size door next to the loading dock, right? Coming in from the outside. And he's coming in and he's walking towards the guy that's basically underneath you.
Just to clarify, 3 or 4 objects in the chain link area? 3? Okay.
And are they the only ones there now? Is this has everybody cleared out of the convention center?
As far as you can tell. I mean, yeah, there probably hasn't been. Well, you don't know who's been back here all day, right?
Right.
Did I say there's 3 boxes just aside and 3 objects inside? Yep, no more. But yeah, no, this only looks like these are the only 2 fellers back here right now. Otherwise, it's very quiet. It's very organized because everything else is pushed to the sides. Very big open black duct tape rectangle, probably the size of a mobile home or a bus. Marked on the pavement, on the cement in the middle of the room. Lining up to go.
So, how big are these things? Like I say, are they the size of a car, or are they the size bigger or smaller? Or
you're talking about the objects in the cage?
Yeah.
One looks like it's taller than you, but very thin. One is something probably like this big. And then the other one is like flat and rectangular. Not very big at all. None of them are very big. They're just they're all things someone could pick up with their hands.
What was the middle one?
Display?
It looks like they are set up to be on display and revealed at a certain time.
What was the middle one? What did the middle one look like again?
I just did this. It's odd shaped under. You can't tell. It's too weird. And this is, I'm giving you this like without having to make spy heads or like see it from afar. I mean, there's nothing really else. They're just 3 objects covered with a blanket on a podium in a cage. So it's kind of like, hey, they're protected. And then maybe they could be like, come on in. And you can obviously see there's a human sized door there with a nice padlock on it, keeping people out.
Finding the padlock, I kind of smirk, but also realize we have to get rid of the guards so I can, get us in there.
I can probably get us in there too, but I best bet at seeing what at least one of these items is going to be at midnight, because I would assume there'll be the box comes out. It's kind of a big box. They may or may not want to uncrate it right then.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm wondering about a ruse. If one of us, I don't know exactly what the coverings look like, but if we found something that looked a little better, from maybe one of the trade booths out here, we walked back there, just walked in, and when the guards tried to stop us, we say, the boss said that we needed to switch this out. We need to uncover them, cover them back with this.
That sounds like a good idea.
Right, but do we want to do it now? I mean, before the midnight delivery? Because if it doesn't work,
that's right. I forgot about the midnight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So as you're whispering about this, you hear the one guard approaching the one that's sitting there smoking. He's like, Rick, time to go take a couple hours to yourself. Got to get yourself some rest. He's like, because I'm fine, Shane. I'm fine. We're cutting out in a little bit here anyway. No, that's where you're wrong. You didn't hear. He goes, McFarland wants us here all night from about 11:30 to the morning. So he's having us all take breaks now. He's like, what? I'm supposed to go home. My wife expected me hours ago. What can I tell you? He's paying us like triple time and a half. I ain't leaving. Neither are you. All 6 of us are staying all night long. So go take yourself a breather now. Get yourself a little shut eye. I'll post here and then come back in a bit. We all need to be here 11:30. He's like, shit, man, triple time and a half. Are you for real? Yeah. Now McFarlane's one crazy son of a bitch, but he pays well. I seen it. All right, all right. He goes, what did Vanderwhite say? He's letting McFarlane run the show. He just runs security. All right. Fine. See you in a bit. Yep. And so they essentially have a switching of the guards. Rick takes off. Shane stands in his place and almost like a replica lights up his own cigarette. He's almost standing directly below you, facing the hall. He's armed, has an assault rifle, a sidearm, body armor. Only one back here right now as Rick leaves out the door that Shane came in.
What was the name of the last name of the second person that's doing the security? He was presumably Carl.
He's the cowboy, Dallas guy.
Yeah, I know. What was his last name?
Vanderwhite.
Vanderwhite. Okay.
I believe if I remember it correctly. I should probably look at my own notes. Yeah, Carl Vanderwhite. You know, that guy that's packing heat with the big old 10-gallon hat, that guy.
Yeah, they're the refugee from the set of Dallas, yes.
Yes, yeah.
You guys stay here. I want to see what happens if I just go in there sweeping the floor. I mean, he'll probably just tell me to get out, but he might just say, make it quick. And then we'll at least get some idea of how they would react. I mean, the worst I could get is thrown out of the building, but
Go
Check the trash
at
off
least
or
we would
something from the
know.
vending machine.
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to clean up. That would be our job as maintenance. Hopefully I don't get in big trouble, but at least we'll know. You guys stay hidden up here. All right, so I'll go quietly and make my way back down the spiral.
Okay.
I'll find myself a push broom or something.
Yep.
And I'm going to work my way around to that door that by the stage. And I'm going to make it look like I'm sweeping. What I'll do is I'll open up the door, and with my back, I'll push the door open, maybe dragging a trash can or something with me.
Okay.
I'll pull it inside the door and then start cleaning and see what the guy does. He can see me. He'll see me.
Oh, easily. I mean, you're making noise
I
on
want him to
purpose.
see me. It also
you
gives you guys an opportunity to do something if you want to reposition her.
And I would like to say that as the catwalks go up in the custodial area, they do come down in the backstage area. So you can come down directly into the room that you're looking down into. It would only make sense to have catwalk access from both backstage, offstage, and probably some other locations, right? This is a combination. So
how near is the catwalk that goes down to the
backstage floor?
Yeah, backstage floor, yeah.
I'm going to say it's to your right, so near the back wall. And if we were looking at the stage from the audience, probably the right. So back against the back, coming down probably like 20 feet from where the cage is. And you got, they're not technically breaking fire code, but there are boxes stacked up and around it, probably close that they shouldn't be too close to. Maybe the fire code wasn't like that back then. Who knows? It's Texas 1979. I don't know. Maybe they could stack them against the doors. I have no idea how it works.
Not even then.
But anyway, Caleb, you only get in just about 2 feet inside the door. You just hear, "Hey, you!" And you hear a gun cock.
And I point to the trash can. I said, "Maintenance."
And this guy has his handgun out like this, and he's walking right up to you. He's like, "Get out, get out, get out."
Dude, this is just my job. What the fuck?
You're gonna need a really convincing, I feel like, fast talk, but what's the opposition role to fast talk? I don't remember.
I don't know that we do opposition.
Psychology, if you feel he needs to roll something against it.
Okay. I'll think about it. Probably not. I want to see what
Right.
Caleb does.
Got a 42 out of 65. That's just a regular fast talk.
Okay. So he's like, he comes and he lowers it down. He goes, "I'm sorry if I frightened you, but no one's allowed back here until the morning.
Really? Why? What do you got? What do you got back here that? I mean, I'm
Doesn't-
just cleaning.
I don't know. I don't care. Rules are no one's back here but us.
All right. Well, I know that what is it, McFarlane?
Yes.
Yeah.
McFarlane wants everything clean, so here's the broom. It's working.
He's just like, he kind of looks at you and at the name McFarlane, and it's like, he looks a little indecisive. You want to try your luck again, you can. If you want to try to stay here and try
I
to
guess
get.
this is all kind of fast talk. I barely passed the fast talk that time.
But you passed.
Yeah,
He's like-
I won 1 point.
He's got this, the cigarettes left on the floor back behind him. He's got the gun. He lowers it and then he holsters it. He doesn't strap it back in though. He just puts it in the holster, and he's just like, "All right, 5 minutes, and you were never here."
So what I will do then is I will get the trash out of the trash cans. I will work my way around. I'm thinking I could snag the cloth on with my clothing and, oops,
Well,
I'm sorry. But I probably can't get anywhere near it, right?
No, well, yeah, these podiums are inside this chain link fence, so you have to go inside this big old
Right.
cage to get close enough to. And then if you stuck your broom through, you're like, "Whoops!" Obviously, it's
Right.
you might get shot. Guys seem
What's,
pretty jumpy.
I'll be
Um,
talky though. I'll be like, so what's under the thing? Some sort of new technology?
Just watches you, and he's like, doesn't seem to want to answer. He just keeps his eye on you.
Okay. What is everybody else doing while
Yeah.
I'm distracting the guard?
He's definitely distracted.
Is there a coffee cup sitting out anywhere, like within dropping distance of the catwalk?
There's probably something you could drop if you're trying to make a noise or something.
No, I'm just
He's
trying.
trying to drive him.
I'm thinking that I would have samples with me. I brought my bag, of course.
Oh,
I had some nighty night stuff. I want to drop into his coffee cup.
a
or into
coffee
his
cup of his
drink,
own.
or into his
From
drink.
30 feet
like,
up?
Yeah, it's not
I
gonna work.
might make it luck roll.
Well, you could
And-
always sneak down too, but why don't you make a luck roll to see if there's something like that? I would figure like they might have a canteen on them.
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
but why don't you make a luck roll? Maybe he did have a cup of coffee with him.
Oh, nah, 93 would not.
Ew.
No, this guy hates
Oh,
coffee. Actually, he detests it.
He's a
It
tea
makes you
guy.
makes you have to pee, and you're not supposed to leave your post, so you're not allowed to
Right.
drink coffee.
Exactly.
It's also going to look really
Water.
super suspicious if some guy gets passed out and then.
Yeah.
The guy
Now
walks in. Yeah.
he's
exactly.
like he's not under you like he was. He's in the center of the room, right in the middle of this rectangle, watching Caleb. However, he's about a little bit past where the stairs would be if you were to come down them and hide behind some boxes or something.
hmm
I'll give you that idea roll for free, but
Well-
it is going to cost you a little sneak roll if you're going to try anything like that.
Yeah.
How close to the boxes, or how close to the stuff is Caleb? I was thinking maybe I could draw the guard's attention away if he's close enough, and he can get a peek
I
at
can't
what
get
he's.
through the chain link.
You can't
You have
get
to
this. Can't get
Oh,
the-
okay. It's in a
And-
chain. That's right.
Mhm.
Basically,
Sorry.
at this point,
Damn.
I've got lock picks. Problem is keeping him distracted long enough to get me down there to unlock it, which is pretty risky.
There's also stuff that it hasn't arrived yet, which is why we were considering maybe waiting
Right.
on.
Yeah. So I think
Laying
he ought to
low,
wait.
Yeah.
So I'll actually clean up and then I'll say thanks for your trouble and I'll go back out the way I came.
Or you bring the trash.
Well, I'm gonna leave it somewhere and then I'm gonna work my way back
Oh.
up.
And then I guess while he's down there, I will just make my way along the catwalks and see about as get as close as I can to one of the objects, and then just pretend that I'm like fixing a light or making sure that a catwalk is not broken or something like that, and just see if I can get a rough idea, just maybe like the shape of something, just so I can have an
Okay.
idea. of one of them.
So you're on the catwalks above the
Yeah.
cage below you.
Correct.
It's too bad we didn't bring a hook and a string. Hook
Right?
the thing and then lift the
We
stuff
have
right
wire.
off of it.
I would like
we
to
have
say
wire.
I would like to
We have
say that,
wire.
that there
for
is
lowering
only the walls are up. There is no actual ceiling on this cage.
Yeah, I know.
They're just
We-
like
we-
10
we
feet
do-
of length.
Right.
We do have wire for lowering bugs.
That is true.
Remember,
'cause
I,
you were gonna
remember I
listen.
bought it?
Mhm.
Make a spot hidden, I guess.
Sure.
And it's my best thing I can think of here without.
Ooh, I got a 7.
Is that a extreme?
That is that is an extreme.
Okay, so I can't tell you what this thing I
Right.
keep
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
is because you just like I have no clue what that is. But the one long thin object looks like it would have to be almost something that's taller than a man. It's probably like 6 feet,
Okay.
and it looks like it's thinner at one end. So you almost think it's like, is it a pole arm?
Yeah,
Or
like maybe a weapon or
It seems like it could be something like a weapon
some type of tool.
or some long tool.
Yeah.
It's cylindrical, definitely.
Oh.
And then the one in the middle, the shape of it looks like it's like it's got to be a book. It's got to be a real thick tome.
Okay. Awesome.
And then the third object, you're not sure.
Yeah, I figured. Cool. Yeah, and then I'll
But-
just make my way back to the group. Or go ahead.
No, I'm trying to think of what else an extreme would give you, but yeah, like there is no ceiling on this little cage,
Mhm.
just the walls, 3 of them because it's backed up against the wall. So you're looking at
Right.
like they actually didn't secure it to the wall very well. So if you couldn't get it in the padlock, and if you could go over, or you could probably pull it away from the wall, because it looks like it's more weighted than secured to the wall. So you could probably just pull the chain link away from the wall if you had the opportunity to get close enough to it. But the problem is
Right.
the guard that's here.
Bang, bang. Yeah.
So that guy
Gotcha.
is, you have to kill this guy. That's the only, obviously you have to kill. No, just kidding. It's like, no.
You must kill the child. It's like, whoa.
I don't love
We
the
do have-
company that much.
we do have the wire, but again, like I said, so we could hook the thing. But again, I don't think we should do anything till midnight.
Got drugs.
Mm-mm.
One guy's got drugs. Knockout drugs, probably. I don't know. Well, you guys tell me what you want to do. It depends on if you want to actually try to get to look at these things before everybody's on duty, or if you just want to wait and see what comes
Oh,
in.
that's true. At 11:30, everybody's on duty.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
if
Yeah,
You got
This
several
makes-
hours right now.
yeah, this
I
way
really don't know what to do.
yeah,
I
this
mean-
way we only have one guard to deal with, but
And they're on 2-hour shifts. I mean, 2 hours after post.
If
Yeah.
I
From what they
Th-
said,
this-
that's. I mean, the dude should wake up by then, and they don't really have anybody coming.
Yeah. Well, this guy
Uh,
sounds pretty careful. But what if somebody went outside and made some sort of racket outside the loading dock? I mean, threw something at the loading dock, something like
They
that.
don't care.
it would
They're
look
not-
really
they're-
suspicious.
The security, their security is not for the convention hall.
No, but
Like they're just
that,
calling the cops for that.
Jesus.
Like,
Mhm.
Or, well, you're talking about trying to draw them out, trying to draw
yeah,
them
just
outside.
draw it out because I mean, you could get into that area through the loading dock.
right, but they're getting paid triple and a half to guard that area, not the loading dock.
Mm.
If you go in through the loading dock, they'll shoot you. But if you're doing something outside the loading dock, they're not going to care because they're not getting paid to care about that.
is there
Also,
any,
if I knocked something over and then asked the guy to help me, he probably would refuse.
Yeah,
So I
James
mean,
is such a
Pretty
jerk.
sure they
man.
would.
your best bet is of that version of the plan would be if you did something to either door, like the loading dock door or the door from the inside, they would at least stop you from messing with the door. So that would be a small distraction, but they would get rid of
Momentary.
you, and that
That-
get rid
that
of
wouldn't
you,
be
and that's it.
that wouldn't be enough time.
Yeah.
Is there
No.
anything? Is there anything back here aside from what's behind the chain link fence that theoretically, if we sabotaged it or broke it or something, that would force the guard to investigate? So should something go fritzy?
Ooh, why don't you make a
like
idea
a
roll?
like a siren, like a sprinkler system.
Oh,
He's already worried because I'm there. So
Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah,
sprinkler system
I
would
mean-
draw their attention if there is.
54 out of 70. Regular.
You do
mean-
remember seeing a large tractor in the back parking lot. Large. I don't know what they're called. I should know, but it's got a heavy counterweight on the back, and it's basically it's got a forklift, but it's not just like a little case loader or a cat. It's like a giant thing to pick up big objects.
right.
And that would probably be caused. You could do something with that. Also, if you were to do something with the main curtain, because it's closed now and it needs to stay closed, or anything that is partitioning that room from this room, that might be cause for an alarm. And John's idea about damaging the big door or any of the doors to this area, or doing something there that might cause them to go, hey, what's that? Or possibly a sprinkler system if they're around. And I'm sure they have sprinkler systems in that time, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think they did.
They did.
The thing is that what are you hoping to gain from it? A peak?
You gotta, the object
that's-
here is
Yeah.
to pull him away long enough to get in there and look, right?
Yeah.
right.
that's-
So that's what I was trying to figure out. Is there something that if it was something that he would be obligated to check out if something went fritzy, so that way he leaves, which gives us enough, and it's a big enough distraction, would give somebody enough time to get in there and look.
It's not worth the risk, though.
Oh, Caleb.
I mean,
Sir.
it'll heighten it. Their attention will be heightened from all the hubbub.
I mean,
Yeah, he'll
will
bring in
we-
all 6 guards and suppose.
Yeah, will we learn more from a momentary attempt at a glimpse, or will we learn more from our position up
Right.
here, just waiting when they bring in the midnight delivery, maybe even waiting to, I mean, we'd ideally like to see these before they unveil them, but they're going to unveil something, so we're at least going to get something from that. But I'm hoping that when they bring stuff in, they'll have to adjust things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea. So if we just hunker down and wait
Yeah. That's
And
what I've been saying.
and just don't say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably good. I'm going to go rejoin you by this point.
yeah, and I guess we can just pretend to be maintenance workers until then. Maybe find different places to hide out, and
We can-
do fake
we
work
can-
so that, yeah.
We can
Mhm.
just lay on the catwalks. They won't be able to see us up here.
They've never
Yes.
thought about looking up, at least not so far, because you guys have been pretty quiet, and it's as long as you're not making a lot of racket and stomping across them, you can be relatively quiet.
And we know we can hear them talking, so we at least know where they are and what they're doing. Security.
Hmm.
And that's
Are we-
that's
are we-
an advantage.
Are we able to hear? Obviously, he's able to pick up walkie chattels, but
Mhm.
are we able to, from here to hear? We can actually hear them speaking, correct?
In this room, pretty well, unless they're way across the other side, it might be a little echoey. Otherwise, if they're below you or somewhere, you probably can with a good listen check or just in general. But otherwise, yeah, the walkie channel would pick up their chatter outside, or if they're on the grounds.
Didn't somebody have a listening device?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it doesn't sound like we need one
Is
to
it
be
one of the-
planted, but
Pistol type. No, that's
Oh,
kinda big.
no,
I don't
no,
know
no,
where you
he-
would hide that.
like that. That unfortunately,
Just folded.
he just has bugs.
Right.
James,
It would have been much better to have gotten the those microphones that picks up things at a distance. But
James, why don't you make an idea roll?
okay,
This may or may not be helpful, depending if you make it or not.
okay.
I just thought of it myself.
Should I make it spend the 5 points to make it hard?
It's up to you. I'm not gonna. You're gonna do it.
That was definitely I'm doing it laugh.
Well, why not?
So there's not a lot of security around the cage, but this is kind of what they are guarding ish. This guy seems to get bored after a while.
He had really high luck. It's going down, but yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
But that whole lower a hook and uncover things idea, that would still be a decent distraction, because if he looked over and he saw that these objects were uncovered, the the blanket fell off him, he might feel obligated to fix them or tell someone about them.
Mm.
At the same course, you could get a good look at them. You might just have to, he paces around the room. You might just have to wait a moment when his back is turned to slip something down there, make it come off, and then just reel it back up and wait and see what his reaction is. That could be something too.
Yeah. It's good.
If you wanted to
What
try
if his reaction is?
Well, no, I mean,
if you tell me-
it's a very
There's a
very
risk.
thin wire. It's like if somebody that's good like uses the wire to kind
Somebody
of pull
goes-
tug on it and then pull it back up again real quick.
There's always
They
He
get
probably
into
wouldn't
position
know
out
it's
that-
there.
He's
on their
not
stomach.
He's not going to believe that it's a ghost. He's
He
gonna
might.
believe that somebody's up to something.
These are odd shaped items. It just
It fell off.
It just
could
fell off.
happen.
they're
Yeah,
thick
so-
weighted cloths.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
there's
yeah,
always
like,
a risk.
somebody gets in a position, they're like on their belly, like laying flat, and they like, dangle the wire and they pull it off and they quickly jump so that they're just like, you can't see them because they're just on their belly, like on their back at that point on the catwalk.
I mean, you're like 30 feet up. They're not going to necessarily look up unless they have a reason to.
yeah.
And honestly, they're not gonna immediately think look up if it looks like one of the blankets maybe just fell off.
Well, you guys, you tell
Jackie-
me what you want to do. I just wanted to throw another.
I'm just saying,
I just want to stir the pot a little bit.
blankets don't just magically fall off.
You'd be surprised how sometimes all of a sudden you sort of feel like a thump, like what? When did that
Yeah,
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
It can happen.
happened.
especially if things are odd shaped. It's
The opposite
kind of
could also happen. It falls off, and he immediately looks around to see who pulled it off.
There is that. I mean, I might make a roll. I might.
And is this like a fishing line type line, or
no,
is
it's a little.
it,
It's a. It's
thin?
a. It's a
metal
very
wire.
thin metal wire. So it's got a little bit of.
Well,
Is it 30 feet long?
Yes, I got a whole spool full of it.
oh yeah, you got it. So you just tell me if you're doing it, what you guys doing.
Well,
if you want to
actually,
wait till,
I'm
if you want to wait till
thinking-
midnight.
I'm thinking if anybody's going to do it, it ought to be somebody that's maybe really good with their hands. I mean, I'm okay with my hand fixing things, but when it comes to sports and stuff like that, I'm not that good.
I'm average.
I
I
would
guess
say
it-
this is probably like a dexterity check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
I'm
my,
kind
de-
of
my deck is
average.
pretty decent.
yeah.
Or sleight of hand, I would even say.
My deck is better, but
and
Well, I've got a pretty good sleight of hand.
Well, does someone
just-
if
Just forgot what I have in my pockets.
what's oh
wait, what do you have?
Throwing stars.
see, you can kill the guard. Perfect. Just
Not
kidding.
sure they would kill the guard.
when you
It
put
hurt
some
like
of
hell.
when you put some of the doctor's little sleeping meds on it. Oh my goodness, I'm just giving out all kinds of free ideas.
Okay,
This
I'm
is an
gonna
action movie all of a sudden. Anyways,
I'm gonna do it. Okay,
you're doing this?
7 extreme,
Ooh,
Oh,
and I hit 60 because I had a 60. Well, I think that is 67. That should be.
I'm not even doing
Yeah,
any
that
roll.
is. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So you lower this little wire with a little fashioned hook on it to try to, or something to try to just tug on it and make the blanket fall off. And the wire's still so thin that even if it's there,
Which one though?
Yeah.
Which
that's
of the three?
probably. I would say the pole arm would probably be your best bet to have something fall off because it's kind of
Exactly, because it's such odd shape. Yeah,
that way you pick.
that's what I pick. Yeah,
Go ahead, Tom.
You know what I'll do is on the catwalk, I'll work my way all the way over to the other end and I'll make some noise. And when he turns and looks up there and points his gun, I'll say, "Don't shoot. I'm just changing a fucking light bulb." And he'll remember who I am and he'll ignore me.
So you're away. So if he looks up, he's not looking at your friends over here.
Right.
okay,
All right.
sounds good to
Let's-
me.
I'm gonna come back to
it's ballsy.
I'm coming back to James in just a second. So you make a
refuge
noise,
in audacity.
and he hears it, and he's like, "What the hell?" And
Don't shoot me. I'm just changing a fucking light bulb.
I thought I told you to get out of here. You
I'm
weren't
not
right
in
back
there. I'm up here. I'm just working, dude.
It's the same damn room. I am gonna beat your ass if I catch you up here again.
Beat my ass. Dude, I know karate.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, he cracks his knuckles. He goes, I'm getting real bored too. He goes, I'd like to see how this karate works out.
You want to go?
You know what?
Let me change this fucking light bulb first.
He might. Do you have an intimidate check you want to throw at him? Or
I'm
charm?
not really serious, but
Well,
I have an intimidate.
It's up to you. I mean,
I got 15 points. Let's see what happens. I got an 82. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not intimidated.
you're changing the light bulb.
But I am distracting him.
No, you're totally having this conversation. He's trying to get pissed off at you now. Meanwhile, Mr. Extreme, well, Miss Extreme, but Mr. James Logan over here, as you pull this blanket off, it actually falls and it takes the blanket of the object next to it. That's what your extreme roll gets you. So 2 blankets fall off, and you see everybody gets an eyeful. I can't give you too much because you're not too close, but I'll give you a little bit here, right? It is a spear. Spear's long. It's barbed at the end. And you can definitely tell that the haft has a lot of strange engravings on it, but you can't make in detail what they are from where you're at. It looks spectacular, in spectacular shape from where you're at. It looks like it has some type of metal head, obviously, and like thick, dark wooden haft. Maybe it's.
So does this look more like an actual practical weapon or more of a ceremonial type thing for like display?
Can't tell. Maybe it's both. You'd have to get close and like weight it in your hands to see how it's properly weighted and what it's made of.
From at least from where we are, does it look like fairly old from what we can tell?
You can't tell that from here.
Is it mounted on something, or is it?
It's just on a podium on like 2 things like this, where it's like laying across it. Jen, you'd have to give me a pretty good spot hidden if you would like to see its age or its practicality, but you can try.
Okay. Well, what's the other item?
And I'll go to the next one. It is, it's definitely a book. It's probably like 2 inches thick. It's probably like 10 inches wide, and it's probably like 12, 14 inches tall. It's a huge book. It's bound in something, it's black, but the pages in between you can barely see. It look like they're tinged pink, red, something like that. You can't tell on old parchment. But it looks in very good shape, but it looks really old from where you're at. I guess you wouldn't be able to tell if it's super old, but it just looks like the type of thing that would be old. And then the guy's like, I'm serious, change that light bulb. And if I catch you around here again, I'm going to punch you in the throat if I don't shoot you.
Get down.
Dude, you know what? You look like you're pretty fit. I mean, we could spar sometime if you want. You could be my boyfriend.
He just starts retorting. He's just like, I'll just shoot you instead. I am justified here. And he reaches for his gun again. Then he has to pull his hand away because he's just like,
yeah,
no.
You ain't going to shoot me.
Yeah, it's like, can't shoot, mouthy maintenance worker. Damn it.
He starts walking for the side door, going back to your area just for a moment. Like he's going to come back there. And then he stops and he's like, and he just huffs, pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking. He's just watching you though, waiting for you to change the light bulb.
I don't have anything else to do over here. Good night. And I move away.
Did you actually change a light bulb?
Yeah. What I did is before I made any noise, I pulled the light bulb out.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, I mean, it's probably going on 8 o'clock at this point. And this guy looks like he's irritated now. And now he glances.
So
11:30. Yeah. I mean, we can skip ahead if you guys want to do anything else. But I would say, let me have him make a spot hidden.
Oh, no.
All of us?
No. I'm having him make a spot hidden.
Oh, okay.
And after a while, it takes a few minutes. He looks at the cage and he does a double take. He's like, what the? And he walks over to the cage. He's like, oh, crap. He looks at the display. McFarlane's going to think I did it. Rick's going to think I did it. And he gets up the cage, and then you see him stop, and he's just looking. He looks at the book for a minute, but doesn't seem to care about that. He's just looking at the spear. He's just like, a soldier eyeing a weapon. And he's just like, he just stares at it for a long few moments. And then he radios. He's like, Rick, over. Are you on the channel listening there, Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hear clearly. He's like, yeah, over. But some of these velvet cloths fell off the objects that are in this cage. I don't have the keys to get in. What are we supposed to do about this? Over. Like, crap. He goes, you know what? McFarlane's back with Vanderwey. They're coming in. They're going to be here before the delivery. I'd say I don't have the keys either. I think only he does. So I'm just going to have to wait. Just stay away from it so you don't, choke you out or anything. Over. All right. He goes, I had some annoying asshole a couple times, custodial worker coming through. I didn't know they were still here. It's late. He goes, over. He goes, you have someone creeping around there? Do I need to take a look? He's like, I don't know. If I see him again, I saw him down in our room up here, and then he was up above. So you want me to take a look? I will. He's like, let me, and he's like, yeah, why don't you just take a quick peek upstairs?
Jeez, the fuzz is coming. Let's go. They're coming up.
Take a quick look, make sure everything's all right. Over. All right, over.
Actually, as soon as we sort of hear over his radio that they're getting ready to look, tiptoe down and out so that they don't see us.
Yeah.
Well, which way are you going? Are you going back out the way you came, or are you going to go down into the room? Because he basically
back out the way we came.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm assuming he's probably going to go the closest route up.
He actually he doesn't. He actually follows back the way that Caleb originally came into the room.
Well, if we see him walking that way, we'll stop, freeze.
Oh, sure.
And then
you would think that he would go up right there, but he doesn't. He goes probably to try to catch Caleb in the act or coming down the back way, right, to make sure no one's there. So he goes through that back side hall back to where you originally went upstairs at, leaving you guys potentially alone.
We just go down through his way.
Okay, yeah.
So, are you guys going down into the backstage area?
This is probably our best chance to see anything.
If you want to try to break in before he gets here, he'll be back real quick. I feel happy with what I've got. You can risk it.
Well, about the only thing I would want would be to at least maybe get pictures of the two things that got uncovered. But
I guess we can get those on the way out, like before he gets back. So yeah, I guess we'll take pictures from afar.
Who's going down into the room? Is all five of you?
Just from from afar. We'll just take pictures.
Seriously, what sort of camera do we have? I mean, do we have like can we change the lens, just put on a telephoto lens?
If you have time. I mean, this guy's going to come.
Caleb,
I want to know.
Camera did you get?
Are you staying upstairs?
He said a brownie.
He said a brownie. He didn't have nobody.
Yeah, but we also don't have a Hasselblad $3,000 camera with giant lenses and everything on it either. So
yeah, so I was just going to have a quick photo of things, just so we have something.
Even then, $400, $500 tops. Come on. And another $200 for.
But no, it's just a matter of did we bring those things?
Yeah.
So I'm just taking quick photos as we're leaving.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
You're coming down.
Blurry distance photos because it's something.
So this guy's going to go.
Yeah, and we'll come down through his way.
Up and come to where you are probably eventually. So you guys are going to come down into the room, into the backstage.
Yeah, and then we can leave out through the front.
Yeah, we can listen when it sounds like he's when he starts coming back in. Presumably he'll go through the hall into and unlock the door. Then in which case we'll go up and then out to get back the way we came. Wouldn't you say?
And if I heard that somebody's coming, it's a big place. I'm going to find a place to hide.
Yeah.
Mhm.
in the dark somewhere where nobody
Yeah.
will know that I am.
Yeah.
I'll just
I mean, there
wait
are a
for
lot of
while.
boxes and crates in this backstage area that you could potentially try to hide behind and stay there if you want to be close. Or you can exit out into the convention hall, which is it's dark out there at this point.
I think what I'll do is I'll
You guys tell me.
I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna get as far away to be completely hidden, and then I can come back. I mean, we got 4 hours before anything's gonna happen. So
I just need to know:
Right.
are you guys staying in the catwalk or getting out of the catwalk?
Oh, I don't know about everyone else. I'm leaving. I'm going towards the convention hall.
Yeah,
the
me
darkness,
too.
and we can
Yeah, I'm getting out.
regroup. We can regroup in the
Mhm.
maintenance area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm getting out.
I want to be clear. There's no confusion. This guy leaves back into the maintenance area and is looking. That's where you guys went up the first spiral
Right,
staircase.
so
Right.
Yeah,
he's
so
probably
Yeah,
gonna
we're
come
not going
up-
that. We're not going there.
So
Okay.
my idea for what Jackie's doing, there was
Yeah,
no full.
you tell me just what
is
you're doing
that-
individually.
So we wait when we see him go out through the main doors into the dark convention hall to go to the
He
maintenance
doesn't.
access.
No. He goes into the back.
yeah.
He goes into the maintenance area from where you guys could have entered, but you went upstairs instead. He goes in the door that Caleb came in cleaning.
right.
He does not go into the convention hall.
So
If you went down the way you came up there, you're going to run right into him.
right, so
Yeah.
that's what
No,
I'm saying.
we
So
already said we were going to reverse to go
he
the other way
has-
once we hear which way
yes.
he's going.
So as I was saying, there was a way that we could go down inside the room.
Yes,
And he's
okay.
not. So yeah, that's where we're going. But
I'm sorry,
waiting
okay.
for him. I'm waiting for him to go to the maintenance area and then going down
He
that
does.
way, so that now we're there and he's
Okay.
and then
While-
we can
while
just hang
he's-
out there.
While he's heading up, we're getting out.
And down.
Right.
So you're down. You come down real fast. This guy goes through. You have a couple moments to you can step right up to the cage, take a couple good pictures if you like.
Sure.
The book looks magnificent for those who like to read.
Mhm.
Make sure you get the title if there is one.
Is the book open?
It is not.
Probably
Does anyone
not.
know Latin?
I do not.
You can tell it's Latin. And it looks like that the pages are old parchment and they are splotched in red, stained in red in certain spots.
So I knew
It
what
looks-
that third item was.
Well,
You can
take
almost
pictures.
reach it.
Take pictures and then go. So
Yeah.
that way, what we can do is we can get these pictures developed and look at them later.
Yeah.
Anyone that's taking a picture of the spear can make a spot hidden if you're up close.
Okay.
Whoever's
I'm
taking
up there.
picture.
I'm hiding somewhere.
Are you hiding in that room, Caleb, or are you going out into the convention hall?
I'm probably out in the convention hall somewhere.
Yeah,
What about Eddie?
No, I'm out in the convention hall too.
I'm basically beating it into the convention hall.
All right.
I got a regular success when I snapped a few photos before going into the convention.
I'm just going to take a stop for a brief second to take a quick look to look at the, since I'm not taking the pictures, but I will take a close look at them real quick and then go on.
At the what? At the spear?
At the spear, yeah.
All right.
Well, and the book and the spear, but since I can't read Latin, I'm hoping we can get it from the pictures. Okay, I'm
All
going
right.
to take a look at the spear.
Go ahead.
Nope.
All right. So the only one is Jackie.
Yeah, I just got a regular.
It appears, as you look at it, the haft is dark, but it looks like it's made of bone.
Okay.
The spear tip looks like it's metal of some sort. It looks like it's well balanced. It looks well made. And there are engravings along the side. What appears to be, I lost it. Okay. Appears to be, looks like lizards that are humanoid. And it looks like they're fighting with spears against fishmen or fishes that are humanoid. It looks like it's a battle laid out across this thing in intricate detail.
Wow. Okay.
And why don't you make a power roll?
Okay. Oh, that's 100. Double skulls from my Mark of the Necronomicon dice. So that's how you know you're about to be in for a fun time when you see those. When you're like, oh,
Yeah.
as a man of battle and
Mhm.
weaponry, this thing, kind of like the other guy was looking at it, is so intriguing. This thing would look so good on your wall. Might feel so good in your hands. And even though you're pulling your eyeballs away so hard to try to leave the room, you can't quite leave yet. As everybody else is leaving, James, you would notice that Jackie's just kind of staying there, looking at it. The other three of you are safely in the convention hall right now.
Right.
Jackie, I'm shaking, but I'll step away real quick. Snap out of it. Come on.
Have you seen the
Yeah, I
pictures
saw
on
it.
this thing?
I saw it. I saw it. Now, come on, we got to go. I can hear him coming. We got to go now.
Am I able to at this point? Like, is James able to pull me away, or am I stuck here?
Yes, but it's in your head now, and you would like to have it. I feel.
I would like to have it.
Come on, we can do something with it later. Right now, we got to go. Come on.
You can defeat so many enemies with this thing. You can protect anybody with it.
Yeah.
Man, I've never seen anything like that. And as you're pulling me away.
Yeah, it's impressive, but we got to go. We can do something about it later when we have a chance to. Okay.
So you can make it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I guess.
So Jackie's got a little bit of that in his head as the five of you are out in the convention hall. If you you can make spot hiddens for the other three that were already out there. I'll give you guys spot hiddens.
Oh,
I am spending-
93 will not do anything.
I am spending 3 luck to make that a hard.
All right.
I'm just gonna go with the regular
What were
pass.
you rolling for?
Spot hidden.
Oh,
Oh, not
I got a
you, not-
7.
not-
Not me.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, Caleb could roll. Caleb,
Yeah.
Quincy, and Eddie.
Okay. I got a
okay.
7.
Ah, wow. So an extreme.
A bond. 007.
Wow. Quincy, you are able to spot Shane, the guard, up in the catwalk as he's like looking around. This is after your friends have joined you. Caleb, you can see the same thing. And he's looking down now, and you can just tell that he moves to the point where he's above looking down at the cage. And you can tell you have just the right distance out there. You can see through the restricted doors or something. You can just tell that he is something about when that spear was revealed. It's captivated this guy, and he went from being a guard to being mad at you to now he's kind of like just I don't know.
The spear.
Yeah. So it takes him a long while to start making his way back down. He seems to be kind of just dragging his feet.
I thought I read him. He likes spears.
So now what are you guys doing?
Did you say that in my hearing?
No.
I'm
Okay.
gonna roll a psychology 38. I think that's just regular. Yeah, that's just regular. Does Jackie's fascination with the spear seem to go a little beyond what would be normal for, like, say, like a fighting man?
What kind of success did you have?
Regular.
Okay. He's a trained person. He's someone trained to protect you guys. And he was the one that was just going to sit there and look at this. This seems a little weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, did you get a look at that thing? Oh God, the whole thing was carved.
I'm sure. Let's talk about this in our hotel room, okay?
There's nobody here.
No, it's getting dark.
It's an empty convention hall, and we're maintenance that are assumably supposed to be working while the people
It's
aren't
maybe
here.
like 20 after 8, but this whole convention hall has been shut down. It's already been cleaned. Like the custodians are probably doing the rest of it and then leaving. It's pretty dark here. But let's see, because Quincy was the one it's all about. Why don't you give me an idea roll, Quincy? Or let's see, Eddie too, because he's been kind of just watching a little bit and observing.
Okay.
Hard success.
62. Is an idea roll? Yeah, I didn't get it.
Okay. Quincy, you're the one that's like, these are the big money makers. These are the things that are going to set us up. But then
Right.
you're thinking about it. It's a book and a spear. What the heck does that have to do with anything with a technology convention trade show about the next decade? Like, these are supposed to be your big ticket items that you're spying on. What the hell are these things and why do they have any value? Like, why are they? It doesn't seem like it's going to make you a lot of money.
Hold on, guys.
Seems more like a
Something's odd. This is weird. The theme of this convention is "We Are the Future," right? I say, kind of gesturing toward the banner over the stage.
Mm-hmm.
But that spear and that book, those are pretty old.
yeah.
And
It
I mean-
seems more like it's going to be at some sort of an auction. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
these
'cause,
things
Or a
I mean-
museum.
Obviously, the spear is very
That's-
valuable. I mean, anyone, I don't know if it takes a warrior to know it, but that spear is incredibly valuable. I can just tell. All right.
Also-
that thing is like a tapestry and a ceremonial weapon at the same time. Okay.
Okay, Jackie, but problem is, why is it here? This is about the future, and that looked like a Stone Age weapon. Why
It
is
has
it
some
here?
significance. I mean, like in the Renaissance, they had to relearn the shit from the classical era to go to the future because they lost it in the Dark Ages. Could be something like that.
maybe
but
it
also-
has
Hmm.
maybe it has no bearing on it whatsoever. They're going to have an auction back here for the
But
rich
if-
people.
But
That may be.
but these are the big ticket items that are going to be supposedly unveiled tomorrow.
I don't know.
Why would they be here?
I was
Also-
thinking the fact that
also-
it's just.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Also,
I'm just,
big Latin book. Now, here's the thing. I was looking at it looked like parchment as we were walking by, but most parchment doesn't have blood stains on it.
how do you have
Guys,
blood stains?
or at least red stains. I don't know about you, but would this require an idea roll? Because okay,
You're fine. Speculate away.
part of me
Wonderful.
wonders, because you know what was also a thing back in the Renaissance? Books written on human flesh.
That was earlier than the Renaissance, I believe. But
Really? When? What books are written on human flesh?
The
No.
cult, maybe.
you're talking about before the Renaissance.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
But
say
why?
that-
Why wouldn't you just use animal skins? It's much more. You got
Well,
tons of animal skins.
Granted, I don't know my occult that well,
Don't have to kill your neighbor.
but
I'm thinking more like isn't Vander
Vanderwhite.
White?
Into the cult.
Wasn't the
But-
super rich guy a hunter?
von
Doesn't he like-
Schlechtenberg.
Schwarzenberg.
Yeah.
The Austrian. He liked
Well, he's a
taxidermy.
taxidermist. I don't know if he hunts anything.
Wait,
Uh,
James,
Well, usually
but he
they're hunting
likes-
animals. And
didn't you say that
He
von
is interested in the
Schlechtenberg
occult.
in the occult? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't make any
That's what I
sense
was
at all.
asking.
Well, there's
Man,
something. There's
It might be
something
for
odd-
him.
There is something odd about that spear. I wish we could see what that third item was.
Maybe these are
but we
movie
can't.
things. Maybe these are movie props of some sort.
No, that's not a prop. I can tell you for
Uh,
sure. That's a
no.
real weapon.
Yeah, there's something.
Eddie,
About, there's
You
something
hear
about
your
his
radio crack
reaction.
to life.
Oh.
No, you guys can keep talking, but he just hears it crackle as conversation begins. Oh, okay.
What's going on?
It's like, hey, Rick, I gotta take a break real quick. I know I've been on duty long, but I gotta take a break. Rick?
Security guys taking a break.
Hey, Rick, come in over. What the hell are you? Take your radio off again? I hate when you guys do this. Playing with me? Hey, I'm gonna step outside. Rick? All right, whatever. Screw you guys. Over. And he's come back. And this guy's like walked out into the convention hall where you guys are. You go,
Yeah, we're quiet.
and he walks around to the double restrict. He comes out from like into the hall from the main doors, walks, a couple rows from you. He just looks around. Damn. Oh, I think it's. Oh, should be home right now. Damn, Rick. And he walks in the restricted double doors,
Which
or starts Go ahead.
Are you getting these people confused? Rick was the one that went to bed.
No, I know. No. This is Shane. He's just he's just cursing Rick's name out loud.
Okay.
He's just like, damn it, Rick. And then he walks into the double doors backstage. You guys can make listen rolls.
Okay.
You got a 12.
I got a 6.
Regular.
I'll spend the 1 point. Regular.
It's a hard.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
that's a
regular.
9.
I got a regular as well.
Regular, you know that he's definitely probably, it sounds like he's walking towards the door to go outside. For a hard success or above, you can hear that back door open and he walks out and it closes.
Could I spend a point of luck to make that an extreme? I got a 9.
Yes, you can.
All right, I'll
And
do that.
you know that from there's no one in that room in the backstage area. There's no one at all around here right now. Like this whole place is yours. You're the only 5 people, maybe in the building, maybe not up in the front areas, and that leaks over into some of the other side rooms or whatever, like the restaurant that's here and whatnot. But as far as this big hall, the side rooms, and the staging area, it's the 5 of you.
All right.
That's it.
How long would it take him to get back to the restricted room from outside? Do we estimate?
Like to go outside from the backstage area?
Well, you said he went out. He went outside, correct?
Outside, yeah.
And presumably outside by the docking door, the docking bay doors. Or
Yeah, like through the docking door, like the little door next to it. He went outside to the.
What do we guesstimate that would the time it would take him to get back from there to here?
Oh, I don't know, like a minute if he came right back in. But it sounded like he was like a little like discombobulated, wanted to leave. So you're not sure. You could have anywhere from like a minute to 10, 15, maybe.
There's no way to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys can just say, hey, we want to wait until 11:30 midnight when the shipment rolls in. I'll just skip ahead. I'm giving that there's an opportunity here for you if you want to try to do something else.
The thing is, putting it together from the information that we have a book and a spear. And wasn't there a third thing?
There's a third item. That's which
we don't know
which
what
we
it
could
is.
not figure out what the shape, what it was.
Yeah.
But why have it in a cage surrounded by guards so that nobody can take a look at it with assault rifles?
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
it, guys?
It's a little overkill.
I mean, are they worth millions and millions of dollars?
Now,
maybe?
I'm not sure about that, but did you guys notice? By the way, did those of you who, Caleb, you noticed him being kind of captivated by said spear? Did you share that with the rest of us?
I didn't see any of that.
Oh, yeah, he's why? Okay, well, Jackie is totally captivated by this. Yeah.
Well, no, not Jackie, the guard. Wasn't it you who saw that the guard was captivated by the spear?
You all did the first time.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very nice spear.
Yeah,
Pardon me?
but
Question, guys. What if it's not so much about keeping people? It's not so much about guarding people from guarding the
Yes.
items from people.
Keeping the items in. We already talked about that before.
Look, you saw. Okay, think about it. Book written on possibly human flesh. Not something. If it is some occult shit that this Schlechtenberg is into, that could definitely be something you wouldn't want your average Joe to be able to touch, or it could be dangerous. Then.
Okay, and yeah.
And then, Jackie, you've gone a little cuckoo over this spear. It's a nice spear, but you're usually pretty level-headed, and now suddenly all you can talk about is spear.
I've literally only responded to things that people have said about the spear. Literally, like 3 times now in the past 5 minutes. People have mentioned the spear, and I'm not going to talk about it if you're not talking about it.
I don't know where it's going, Quincy. What are you trying to say?
I don't know. Something about that spear is making me a little nervous because it's not
just
just
be money.
It's not just you, Jackie. Mr. Guard guy seemed to be like staring at it too.
Yeah. Somebody that has been a warrior, a fighter, or a soldier will know the value of that spear. That's what I said.
I mean,
I go to the museum and I stare at a lot of things.
Yeah, you go to the museum and stare at a tapestry, but you're not going to stare at that because it's a spear and it's encarved on a spear. What?
I
do that with swords.
That belongs in a museum. What? You want me to lie to you right now?
Jackie, you were staring at an item when you were possibly in danger.
Yeah, I was taking
That
photos.
was-
You know what? The truth is, unless we see what it is at midnight, whatever it is going to show up at midnight, that's going to be the important thing, because none of this is going to do Midas any good.
Not really, no.
Shit.
we
That's
don't
what we're
even have
here
a
for.
complete picture of what's going on in the first place. We don't know what the remaining hidden thing is. We don't know what
Right.
is coming.
It's probably another thing like it, I don't know.
Right.
Who knows? Just something that they want to auction in the back. And
But that taped off area looked pretty big. Whatever they're bringing in is gonna be huge.
maybe they're going to bring in a lion or something and hunt it with the spear. Who knows?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy likes taxidermy. Who likes taxidermy if they don't hunt the animal themselves?
They might have
mean,
something set up like, at the mall. The Christmas time at the mall, they had the little animatronic elves waving. Maybe they got a stalking lion they're going to throw the spear at.
Rich people are
Some big
evil and
show.
corrupt anyway, so they.
But then
do
why
shit
would you?
like-
But then why wouldn't you do that sort of thing at like a museum? Why
I
a
don't know.
why a tech trade show?
Why wouldn't you? Why would you? Yeah, why would you bring it here? Obviously, it's not tech. So
There is something very wrong going on here. I know where she's coming from, but I just don't know what it is.
I just don't want to get shot because of some
I
rich
agree.
guy's pervert obsession with killing animals. And
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
don't know about that. Let's. I agree. Let's wait till the
Yeah.
Just hide and
midnight
watch,
delivery.
Hide and wait at this
Best
point.
thing to do.
Is that what everybody's going to do?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Jack?
so.
Jackie?
You want to get in different spots around the catwalk up above so that we can.
Sure.
Mm.
Where do you guys want to be positioned? Do you want to go back up there?
I think once we know that the guy's come down and he's. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Back up.
he is gone, and
It's a good
He's
band.
gone,
Yeah, why not?
which gives us enough time to get back up there.
Alrighty. I'm gonna skip ahead then, if you guys are good with that.
Okay.
since that guy's gone, can't we just pull the remaining cover off? I mean, he
Chain
seemed
link
kind of.
fence.
That's right. Well, the hook.
You could scale it. It's like 10 feet tall. You could just climb up and over and in.
We're not going to scale it. Do too much noise.
You get
Yeah.
trapped.
Yeah, and
Well,
Then
once we're up
Bes-
top.
Besides,
hook
didn't he
thing
say
again.
that the guys are already here?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
so
Yeah, let's
That
go
they
up.
could come in at any time. So
In a
I think
second,
we ought to.
Yeah, I'm
I'm,
laying.
I'm getting back to the catwalk and waiting.
All right.
Mhm. I'm gonna
Everybody
lay
else?
down on it.
Yeah.
Definitely laying down.
It's a little bit of a
Definitely,
wait till about 11:30 when so the one guard comes back, Shane, after a while, and then eventually he trades out with another guy, and then 11:30 rolls around and there's 6 armed guards at this point. And not long after that, in walk in Kent McFarland, little wiry glasses guy that was real violent, and then the Texan, maybe he's Texan, but Vander White. And then they got some workers with them, some nondescripts here, right? And they come in, but they open the bay door. Now it's been really cool in here up to this point. It's been real nice and cold. But you guys are up in the catwalk where heat rises, and even though it's like almost midnight, it's still probably 98, 99 degrees out. It's still hot, and it just takes about a second before the air conditioning has been wiped out in this room, and you guys are just hit with that heat. And they leave the doors open. And Kent he's yelling at everybody. He's like, get that stuff there, get that stuff around, put that. He's like, oh crap. And he runs up to the chain link fence. He's like, who the hell did this? Who's responsible? He goes, it was you. And he grabs like Rick and he's like hold him against the wall. And Vanderwhite's coming in. He goes, now these are my security guards. Can't you get your hands off them? He goes, I'll do whatever I want. I'll kill these guys if they don't get everything right. He goes, you ain't gonna do no killing. Obviously they fell off. Let's just put the cloths back on. He's like, all right. And Kent's like fumbling with his keys and he's unlocking the door and he goes in and he's just hastily covering everything back up. And coming out, he locks it back up. He makes sure everything, he keeps like looking back at it a few times to make sure that the blankets aren't falling off. And he's just yelling at these workers to prep everything. And midnight rolls around. Just a few minutes before midnight, you can hear the beep, beep, beep as this enormous flatbed 18-wheeler just backs right up inside the backstage here. And it's carrying this gigantic, like mobile home size, like just picture it. It covers a whole flatbed, right? This gigantic tarped thing. The workers go, get busy. It parks on one side of the rectangle, so it's right here, and the truck's right here. And Kent's yelling to get the tractor running, so you got a driver that's in the tractor coming in. And it looks like they're positioning the tractor to fork underneath this thing to lift it up and bring it down. It has a huge counterweight on it, so they can lift it. And they pull the tarp off, and it's just this gigantic, looks like metal box. It looks like it's the same material, maybe as the boxes that the items came in. Maybe, you can't tell. It's got blinking lights on it, different parts, control panel, human-sized door to go inside it, and then a large foggy window on one side so you can like go up and like check out whatever's inside. But it looks like it's been encased. It's encasing something. And so McFarlane's just like yelling, and it's like, get that off there, get that truck out. So they're doing that. The thing lifts up and it tries to set it down in the rectangle area. It's off by a little bit. McFarlane's going nuts on the guys to readjust it, put it exactly where he wants it. And then he's telling the workers to get out of here. And you guys can make listen checks at this point because one guy comes up and he's like, all right, we got this here for you, sir. Anyways, tell me if you make at least a regular.
13.
I got a 96. That is not gonna do it.
Got an extreme.
Hard.
4.
You got an
Why
extreme?
is that a velociraptor that I hear?
Shoot hell. Sorry.
I hear my heartbeat.
It took me back to Jurassic Park when you said that. So who got a regular? Okay, who got a hard?
Hard with no adjustments, yes.
3 hards and an extreme?
Yeah.
All right. So you basically all will get this. He's just like, all right. He goes, Mr. McFarlane, he goes, just so you know, fuel for the refrigeration unit's almost spent. So you're going to need to fill her up with diesel if you want to keep her going, especially with this. Well, I'm sure you close the doors, but also got you a big old power cord in case that don't work. You can plug it in. Kent's like, yeah. Just leave it on the floor. He goes, well, I'll plug it in for you right now if you want. He goes, you won't touch it. You won't touch it. You leave it alone. I will fill it up with fuel. I'll plug it in. It'll be fine. Kindly take your ass in your truck out of here. Thank you. And so the semi pulls out. They pull the tractor out into the back area where it was before. The semi pulls out and leaves. The docking door stays open. And Vanderwhite goes to close it at one point. He's like, McFarlane's like, no, leave it. I'll take a look at it. And he goes up and he stares in the window for what seems like very long minutes. Vanderwhite's just like, my boy's got to get some sleep. So I'm thinking about letting him go now. I'll just sit watch. He goes, no, they're here all night. As I said, I'm paying them well. Vanderwhite's like, all right, they're at least taking shift breaks. Don't be an asshole. He goes, you sure you don't want me to close this door? It's going to get awful hot in here. He goes, no, it needs to begin to thaw. So you guys are watching all of this.
Is anybody telling me what they are saying? I failed my lesson roll.
Once we get back together, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sort of looking at this and thinking to myself, refrigeration. Flaw.
I'm just like, I'll wait till we get back together.
So the extreme success here, you just hear Vanderwhite just like whisper to himself, like, what a crazy idiot. And you can definitely, it's kind of I'll give you a kind of a spot hidden with it. You can tell that the other security guards are like just like murmuring about this McFarlane character. And it's like, we don't know if we're getting paid enough, even with triple time and a half.
I think I know what it is.
But
I think he's got himself a caveman that's
no.
frozen in the ice, and that he's going to pose it with the spear. He's going to taxidermy it and pose it with the spear.
When we when we group back up, I'll be like, no. So who wants to place bets on whether he's got a snake man or a fish man? Because it's one of the things that's on that spear. I swear to you, it has to be. It has to be.
There's no such thing.
That's
it's just
crazy.
mythological
Creature from the Black
creature.
Lagoon.
If you look at the tapestry, obviously one of those two would have had to have won, and the couple of them have to still be around or frozen.
It's got barbs.
If it was Hindu, it would have 6 arms and look like a person. There's no such thing. It's just mythology.
What? No, it's either a snake man or a fish man. I said, who wants to take bets?
Okay,
I'll
the
bet
spear,
you it's not.
The spear has barbs.
Not.
mhm.
The spear has barbs.
It was lizard men fighting fishmen.
Right, lizard man fighting fish people.
The size of that thing, it could be like maybe he got a woolly mammoth or something.
Barbs,
He's-
maybe like fish. That's it.
But he
Go
said
on, I
it
was
needs
hunting
to
fish.
thaw. So whatever
Yeah.
whatever it is, he wants it to melt.
He wants it to thaw,
Right,
and then
that's
he
what
can
I'm saying.
stuff it. And
Some kind of reptile thing or fish thing.
Yeah,
One of the two.
reptiles go to sleep when they're
Cold. Yeah.
froze.
But
Yeah.
why wouldn't you do this
What
like
if
you said in
something's
the museum?
hibernating?
Well,
What if he found something?
do amphibians
Do
do
you
the same
think he's-
thing or not?
What?
Some do.
I'm saying with the barb.
Turtles.
I'm saying with the barbs. I'm going to go for fishman.
So
Something. I'm out over to Caleb.
as
Do you
you
think
guys
he's
are talking
really
about,
Yeah, go ahead.
as you're talking about this, time is going on a little bit, right? McFarlane is just he takes the big power cord. He never plugs it in. It's coiled up on this kind of spool thing, and he just like and he tosses it over, and it crashes on some boxes, and he just ignores it. And then he walks to the other side. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quincy. Nope, I'm sorry. Jackie. Apologize, Quincy. You can see that he goes to the other side. That's where you're laying on the catwalk because you guys are kind of spread around, right? And
Yeah.
he's on the back side of where the window is. And McFarlane like opens up a panel and he starts like monkeying with the stuff in there.
You mean like the controls of the?
And in a few moments, all the blinking lights go. And the refrigeration unit that was going, you can hear it. You can audibly hear it shut down as the lights start blinking. Like the green lights that were blinking turned to red. And then,
go ahead.
Yeah, then it just the refrigeration unit shuts down. And it's very quiet all of a sudden. Very hot.
He plans on unveiling whatever this is tomorrow. The crazy bastard.
Wants it to melt. Whatever it is, he wants it to melt.
Yeah, and it's apparently a great warrior from a fallen. I don't even know. Who knows what the hell it is? Maybe it is a caveman. I don't know.
Then he turns to Vanderway. He's like, guarded all night. I'll be back in the morning. He goes, the Schlechtenberg will be here at 7 to have his private viewing, and then we must reveal it at 8.
Yeah.
Have everything ready. I'll be back at 6:30. Don't you touch it. Don't you touch it. Don't you touch it. And he walks out the big open bay doors and leaves. Vanderwhite's just like, boys, let's just sit here tight for a bit and we'll all go get some dinner. All right.
You ever see the movie the thing from outer space came out in the 50s. Some scientists find something in the Arctic and it thaws out and goes on a killing spree.
Mhm.
I mean,
But this is
I don't know. I feel like it has to have something to do with the spear or the book or both, though. Because otherwise, why would they have them together?
Right.
it's I said a caveman, but it's kind of a big thing for just like a caveman.
I'm
We don't bunch of cavemen.
It's
Actually,
probably like
once-
something
once-
else.
Once Vanderwhite and his boys leave for dinner, they're going to be gone for at least an hour, which would give us
But
enough time to at least
I
take
don't know.
a look in the box.
They're not
Are all of
gonna
them?
go.
They're not all going to go. Are they? I'm assuming
That's
they're
the
not.
way,
all
the
gonna
way,
leave
the way he
with
was
this.
talking, it sounded like they might have been.
20 minutes later, when they're sure that McFarlane left, all of them leave.
All of them?
He pissed
Everyone.
off the other. He pissed off
He-
the
He
The
pissed
cowboy.
off. He pissed off Vanderwhite. So
Anyways, let's
Oh
let's
my
go get us some. Let's go get us some churros.
So if they're going for dinner, they're going to be gone for at least an hour, maybe longer, especially if Vanderwhite's pissy. So
Mhm.
You hear one of them mention like, "Hey, hotel next door." And this is when you remember that, Caleb, you had an 8 o'clock dinner with that girl from your department. You missed
Oh.
dinner. You're in big trouble, Mister. But yeah, you're like, oh, well. But they make, oh, that's right next door. And the manager's like, well, that means we could get back here fast. All right, let's go there. We're back in an hour. Let's go. He goes, it's gonna be really busy, boss. You know, he's like, all right, well, you gotta throw your gear in the van out here. We can't go walking in like this.
It's gonna
Hour
be
and a half.
busy at midnight.
you'd be
Oh, yeah.
surprised.
I forgot. Well, it is.
Denny's,
It
yeah,
dep-
it could be.
It could be like a thing. Yeah, I guess I forgot what time it was. But at the same time, it's this convention with all these people. It would behoove the hotel to be open and making
And-
money.
Considering that that's party
least the
night,
bar is
there's
probably
going to be a
open,
lot
yeah.
of drunks at Denny's.
There at least be the bar that's open, right? So they're like, all right, hour and a half tops.
at least
kind of
at
thing.
least of two. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is your
they would probably
one
have the
shot.
kitchen. They probably have the kitchen open until like 3 at the bar, so they can get like burgers and bar food.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Well,
so
then we can scale the chain link fence then and see.
And,
at
the
which
thing-
point,
and they
Okay.
leave. They leave. They leave the bay doors open, so nothing is out of place. They leave everything like it is.
right?
It's all open, so I can walk back any time. But it's hot in here now.
I will say though, no need to scale the chain link fence. As we head down there to have a look, I slip into my coverall pocket and pull out my lockpicks.
Make me a lockpick check. So you guys all going down to the floor now?
Mhm.
Sure.
I want
I
to
guess-
look into
guess tell
whatever
me-
the guy was looking at.
Oh, Eddie, in the window.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I'm glad you said that. No
Well,
reason.
we gotta. I want to see also what's under the other tarp.
Yeah, like
I'm scared.
I want to see what's in the other part
Yeah.
first, and then I'll say.
yeah, we know about 2 of them. I just want to know what the last one is. And thankfully, with lockpicks, pick the lock, get in, have a look, put it back.
Make
It's like we were never in there.
make the lockpick roll.
Okay.
So Eddie's going to check out the big thing. The other 4 of you are
Now, because I have lockpicks, do I get a bonus die for the roll?
sure.
Okay.
I want to see the item first. and then
How
we'll
do you-
see.
Pick a lock without lock picks.
Your fingers, like a
You'd be-
cartoon character. Yeah,
Bobby pin, Paperclip?
Nail,
credit card.
nail file.
I'm good. I don't want it to be impossible to get in there, but you could also just pull the chain link fence away from the wall or scale it.
Yeah, right.
It's not hard to get in there, but
Well, can somebody reach
Okay,
their
with
hand
the
through the links though?
they're
thank
not
you,
that big.
thank you bonus
Oh.
die. That is a regular success.
So Eddie, I'm gonna go to Eddie real quick.
Right.
As you lock that open, and I'm assuming Caleb's over there with you. Jackie, James, and Quincy are all there, and then Eddie's over here, right? Is that we're correct? And there's the little door that goes into this unit too. And that's also got a nice big padlock on it. Otherwise, it's just a door that you could just pull open, right? Actually, it would slide open. It would slide in like a.
Right.
do you
Actually, I
call
want
them?
to check. I want to check out the item first. I'm going to let the thing defrost a little bit more, and then I'll look in. So
Okay, Eddie, you can look in, and then I'm gonna come back to you in just a second. Quincy, the lock opens. All that time being the not scum of the earth that you are, has really paid off.
Flip out lock, hold it in hand, open door.
Jackie, the way to the spear has been opened.
Oh yeah.
The Red Sea has been parted for you.
I'm just gonna sidle in, go to that third blanket,
Yeah.
lift it up to have a peek.
I'm looking too.
All right. It is an octahedral frame of prismatic crystal.
What the?
So it is effectively
A
the shape-
D8.
a D8.
A big
It
one.
is probably about this big. It's probably about 2 feet long.
Mhm.
And it's obviously laying on one of its sides like
Uh-huh.
this, where the other 7 are exposed. All right.
Okay.
Oops. I rolled a
Let's
3.
see.
All right.
What sort of crystal does it look like it's made out of?
It appears it's a frame of prismatic crystal with what appear to be translucent knobs and buttons decorating it.
What the?
On the 7 sides that show, it looks like knobs, buttons. It looks very, very odd.
Maybe
Don't
this is
touch
the
any of those
future.
knobs.
Jackie, got the camera.
Yeah, and I hand you the camera.
Now you guys are taking a look and wondering for a minute. Let me jump back over to Eddie.
Right.
Oops, that was where I wanted to be. And Eddie.
Hmm.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden while you're walking over there.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm sorry. Inside the cage, there's also a small table with some paperwork in a middle envelope. I totally forgot that a while ago. So there is some, there is paperwork as well.
Well, once
98 is a fail.
once we're
Okay.
done taking pictures of this crystal thingy, I'm gonna want to look at that.
Okay.
Let's take pictures. I'm about to make sure we take pictures of the paperwork.
Okay.
And the
All right.
spear and the. you can
Yeah,
take
but
closer.
yeah, much closer. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah.
I don't know why though, because it's like none of this is technology. That might be technology.
So Eddie, you're looking in, and there's enough light in this room to see through the window. It's kind of foggy, but you can see it. It's a huge rectangular, and it fills this whole thing. It's a rectangle of ice. It looks like this unit was probably built around it, but it's all ice in there. But there's a dark expanse in the middle, something dark, cloudy, odd. As you're looking at it, it starts to hurt. You can't really tell what it hurts, but it hurts your eyes. Maybe it's your brain, maybe it's your soul. But you feel that the longer you look at it, the more you might make from it. Do you pull away or do you want to keep looking?
I'm gonna pull away.
You just
If it's hurting my eyes and stuff, yeah, I'm not gonna keep looking at that.
it's hurting something.
Yeah, if it's hurting me, I'm not gonna keep looking at it. No,
All righty.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not all about hurting myself for nothing.
Quincy, the paperwork is pretty mundane. It's all about traveling. It talks about Antarctica and the shipping details from there to here, customs and everything. And as you're rifling through, a piece of paper falls out. It looks like it's a telegram.
Worldwide telegraph, the globe in 7 minutes. Date and time received, May 15th, 1979. Service, blah, blah, blah. From McMurdo Station. Mr. Simmons, 457 Gold Street, Dallas, Texas, USA. Simmons, we have found the key to Monroe's future. Stop. We are cutting it out of the ice. Stop. Packing it. Stop. Shipping it straight to you to show the Austrian. Stop. Several other items were found in a nearby cave. Stop. The cave was oddly symmetrical. Stop. Like it was deliberately carved out of the mountainside. Stop. More investigation is warranted. Stop. These items may or may not be related to the key. Stop. We have shipped them ahead for study and evaluation. Stop. Regarding the key, you must keep it secret and refrigerated until the showing. Stop. Whatever happens, do not let anyone near it. Stop. Do not let them look at it closely. Stop. Some of our crew members have had situations and irrational behavior from too close of contact. Stop. It is precious to us. Stop. To me. Stop. I will handle everything. Stop. Let no one near it. Stop. No one. Stop. I will call for you upon my return. Stop. Kent McFarland, Substation 25, Substation 25, McMurdo Station, Antarctica. This stuff was all found in Antarctica, and these 3 items I point were found in a cave.
That thing was dug out of the ice. Yeah, this is shades
That
of
thing.
the thing.
Don't look at that thing. I looked at that. And I don't know how to describe it. It's like something hurt when I looked at it.
I'm gonna go look.
I mean, the telegram says
man.
the telegram says don't look at it too closely. And if Mr. Crazy Guy is saying don't look at it too closely,
Yeah, I'm not going to look at it too closely. Why don't
I'm
we
gonna
just
look at it.
Why don't we just stick the camera up there and take a picture of it?
Are you going to take a picture, James?
Yeah,
All right. So James and Caleb go over.
I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to hold the camera up to the thing and snap up right next to the glass so I don't get a reflection.
All right.
And snap the picture.
Quincy.
But I'm not.
and yeah, I was snapping
I'm
pictures
so-
of this paperwork, but especially of the telegram.
Yeah.
All right. Jackie.
I'm going to set
What
it
do
to. I'm going to set it to infinity, so it should. I shouldn't have to worry about the focusing. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And I don't believe in looking at things that's going to do you any harm. So.
All right. So you're doing that right now,
Didn't help
Jackie.
him.
Caleb. So James can take a quick picture. Caleb, make both you and James make a spot hidden first of all, as you approach.
I got a 36 out of 60, so that's a regular. I'll spend 6 luck to make it a hard.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to look hard at it,
Well,
especially when the flash goes on.
Well, and I'll let you leak it over into that. But what I was telling you about, there's a printout pasted to the wall next to the door, like a dot matrix printout. But it's detailing that this ice is ancient, and they think perhaps millions of years old. And then you look into the gooey center of this delicious candy, this frozen candy inside, and you can feel as you look at it, and then the flash goes off. And go ahead and make a sanity roll.
004.
Ooh.
Just successful, yeah. So just
Meh.
just a point, because
That's like my sanity.
it hurts to look at, and you're like, I'm not sure if you pull away, but the flash goes off, and it reveals you can't see it for more than a second, and then your mind blanks it out. But it was something dark in there, something real. Oil? Nah, that would be weird. But it's something.
Like some sort of liquid? Oil?
And
Black? It does make your head hurt.
speaking
Yeah. I don't know what
Well,
could
it might
make your
be
head
oil.
hurt like that looking at it.
I
That's
just,
Maybe
not
it's-
right.
the telegram called that, I gestured to the big box, called that a key. Key to what?
Key. Maybe a
Hmm.
different word, meaning the word key.
Yeah.
Jackie, are you being stealthy?
If you look at the message I rolled.
Oh, you rolled?
Yeah. I got a 12, which is hard.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I haven't actually left the chain link fence. I'm just looking over to sort of see what they're talking about, but I'm still in there.
He's still, unless you make a spot hidden, at least a hard.
Okay.
And maybe you're not thinking about it because you're just like, yeah, I saw this.
Well, I mean, I'll make the spot hidden to see if I notice, but
Sure.
nope. I am way too distracted.
Where do you go, Jackie?
So I while everyone's
Jackie's
distracted,
got
like
the spear.
looking at the either the documents or the the glass itself, I go and I grab the spear, and then I go ahead and if there's like a I'll grab the cloth for now. If there's like a tarp and maintenance on the way out, I'll swap it with that. But I'm just gonna wrap it up in this and try to make a run for it. Maybe get like an Uber to a storage place or something is my plan. I don't know. I'm just like, I gotta get this spear and be out of here.
It's 1979. There's no Uber.
Or a cab, I mean.
You do have a hotel room.
A cab. Well, I don't want to bring it to the hotel room because I feel like I have to like sneak into a hotel and then sneak it out. So my thought process is like, I gotta stash this somewhere. So my plan is to get a taxi and find somewhere to stash it, but I'm just trying to get out of the building first.
You're not gonna find a storage place open
guys
at that
are
time of night.
next door at the hotel.
Mhm.
You grab the spear
Mhm.
and you can feel its immense power. It has to be. As you grab it, make a sanity check for me.
Awesome. No, that's an 80. That's an 86.
Roll a d6.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I got a 6.
Uh-oh. Intelligence check.
56 passes the intelligence check.
Oh no.
Shit.
So roll a d10 for how many rounds,
All right.
just so we can have
Wait.
that.
Yes, does this happen before or after I get out of them? Because it'll be rounds or it'll be longer if I'm alone when it manifests too.
The second you touch the thing is probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for 2 hours or for 2 turns.
It's not for very long. Okay, so roll a d8.
All right.
I'm going off Tom's awesome little chart here.
3.
Now roll a roll a d4.
Okay.
This will be good.
Uh-oh.
Where's my
Do we need to run away from
there it is.
Jackie?
3?
No, just Quincy. So this for 2 rounds. So you know that this is the lizard folk and the deep ones, or no, fish folk. Wait, what? You don't know. Words and images and
Yeah, the
history
lizard people though.
flashes
Yeah.
through your head. And this is a spear that was made for killing those deep one. No, those fish folk. No, deep one, the fish. And it just causes your brain to get on fire. And for the next couple rounds, you have a skull splitting screaming effect as this information is downloaded into your head. And you're holding on to the spear, but you scream. And he just starts screaming, Quincy. He's right next to you.
Jesus Christ! Jackie, put it down!
He's holding the spear and he's screaming.
I'm
Shut him up! Shut him up! The doors are open.
at this point, I can't think of anything else to do. He's very, very distracted. I'm gonna get behind him and do a rear naked choke and choke him out.
He's got a big old spear in his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to whack you with the blunt of the spear.
You are very distracted. If you're screaming that badly from the download, you're not gonna notice.
He's not. He's not going to be able to hit her with the spear from behind.
Are you going to notice that there's a man screaming with a big spear in his hand? Why would you get anywhere near him?
Currently he's holding it. It's wrapped, but he's screaming.
So how would you know that?
Okay. So from what I can see, does it look like he's screaming in pain?
He's just screaming.
It could be a war cry.
Yeah.
I'm running for the open door and jumping out and heading for my car.
I'm not getting paid enough for this crap.
At this point, I'm just like, oh fuck this. I pocket the padlock because hell no, am I getting nabbed for that? I'm bolting.
So let's go around. It only lasts for 10, 15 seconds, So by the time, Caleb runs out the big open door, which by the way, your car is parked in the hotel parking lot right next door, but there is a security fence here that you're in the back area for, right? I guess the gate might be open because the guys went through it to get to the restaurant next door at the hotel.
Yeah.
Jackie stops screaming in a few moments there, but before that happens, James, Quincy, you ran out the big open door as well.
Well, no, I'm getting out of the padlock area or the chain link area. And I'm sort of getting up to James and Eddie. I'm like, we gotta go. Something's fucked up with Jackie.
Oh yeah, I kind of see that.
By the time you start talking to him and you're looking back, he starts to come. It starts to wear
Well,
off.
I'm getting
Oh,
into
he's
the
all right
I'm getting
now.
to the I'm getting to the door and seeing and trying to see if we've listed any reaction from anybody.
What the
Hope-
hell, man?
Hopefully they
What's
hopefully they
up with
can't hear
you?
in the hotel.
You don't see anybody immediately, but there are windows open in the hotel, so there may be.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Eddie, Jackie, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just like, I was right. It's lizard people and fish people. They were fighting, and this is to fight the fish people. And then I just like, if I have the wherewithal, I'll grab like the cloth or a tarp, and then I'm also trying to get out of here, do my original plan.
Okay.
All right, you're
What
out.
are you doing?
He takes the spear and he's leaving.
Right.
Shit.
But Quincy, these are your big ticket items. One of them just got taken. What's in it for you, Quincy? Eddie,
And this-
James.
This belongs in a museum.
All right, Indiana Jones.
Uh,
Why don't you
I'm gonna wrap up the book, And just-
Ooh.
put it somewhere. I'm not touching it. I'm grabbing it with some cloth, wrapping it up, and I'm gonna hide it somewhere.
Are we stealing
Okay.
things now? We were just sent to look at stuff, a spy.
I don't know. There's something wrong here, and they can't have access
What's
to this.
going on?
Eddie, there's still that weird object there.
Look, Eddie, whatever this shit is, it's causing him to go crazy, and whatever that is, they're gonna unveil it tomorrow with all these people. Do we really want to potentially give that to
Yeah, I guess. Well, all right.
Plug,
Crap, I'll just
I mean, I'll
I-
tell. Yeah, grab
Plug-
the stuff.
plug-
take whatever.
plug,
Yeah, just grab the
plug
nearest thing.
it back in.
I skid over to the plug where the refrigeration unit is and plug that thing in.
You have to plug it into the refrigerator unit and then plug it into the outlet, right?
Right.
And you do, and nothing happens.
Well,
Oh, he broke it.
no,
He
no,
was
he
messing with that
he went
panel.
over to the back. He did something to the panel.
Check out the panel. Is there a switch that got flipped or something?
Oh no, he tore it apart. It's
Ah,
it's
shit.
destroyed.
Okay.
Of course
All
he
right.
fucking did.
I'm not
Um,
laughing at you. I'm
Okay.
laughing with you.
So, somebody grab that crystal thing again with cloth. Don't touch it, and
I'll grab it.
place it someplace else. None of these. I don't think any of these items need to be together. And then let's
No.
get the hell
Yeah.
out of here.
Eddie,
Right.
it's real
Hide it
appealing as
somewhere.
you wrap around this thing and carry it. It feels both heavy and light, and it feels both smooth and even the blanket, like it feels smooth but textured. It's
This
really
thing
curious.
feels weird. It's heavy, but it's light. It's,
At which point,
Don't
however,
pay any
smooth,
attention to
but
it.
there's a texture.
Don't pay any attention to it.
I also grabbed the telegram.
Yeah.
It
the
takes
rest-
everything.
The rest of the paperwork can stay, but the telegram is coming with me because
All right.
we have to have proof that Monroe's doing something funky with stuff they
All
probably shouldn't have.
So Caleb and Jackie are already gone, but Quincy, Eddie, James, you can make either a listen check or a spot hidden because you're kind of
Well,
one or the other.
well,
Pick your best one.
okay. Yeah.
And tell me if you made it and which role it is.
Listen, regular success.
Which one? Listen to one.
What's that?
What were the other two? Listen. What were the other ones?
Or spot
Spot
hidden.
Spot hidden. Okay.
Yeah, listen,
I got
regular
neither.
success.
Listen. Okay. I made it regular.
For listens, both of you?
Actually, I made both of them.
both.
But yeah.
All right. So as you're leaving the area, you hear just the sound of ice cracking.
Oh crap! Let's get out of here.
Go, 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 go.
What's
And-
going on?
It's cracking. It's getting out. Here's what's
Ah.
going to happen. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to get a cab to the Dallas newspaper. And because there's got to be somebody here at night getting the paper ready.
Oh,
And just be like, have I got something for you? Because
All right.
I've got the telegram. What?
Eddie, when they brought your attention to it, you could see water's already starting to leak out of the bottom of this unit.
Oh, well, I'm legging out after Caleb. Hey, man, dude, that thing's getting out. Water's leaking out onto the
Jackie-
floor.
I'm
Jack, did
gonna follow Caleb to the airport, but I want to go ask the cabbie to take me to the all night post office there. Well, it's not an all night, but it's
Wait, say that again, to the airport.
okay. At least in Texas, like there's always a post office that you can that's open all night. It doesn't
Post
leave.
office.
Ooh, actually,
it doesn't leave. Yeah.
In that case, James, I'm going there with you, finding the address for like the nearest newspaper
Hmm.
and doing an anonymous mailing of that telegram with a note saying you want answers for the disaster at the trade show. Here you go.
Meanwhile, Jackie is stashing the spear at a motel and then renting a truck that can house the spear to drive.
Okay. And with
So
my
Jackie's completely wait, I'm gonna go round robin real quick because we're getting close to the end here. So Jackie takes off in his own cab, rents a motel, rents a truck to take the spear for himself, and just does his own thing.
Right. I think he will have intentions of like stashing the spear somewhere like where he lives or like, in a basement secret something, whatever. And then he will like send his information that he got from the festival to like our company. But he's, oh yeah, like I don't have the spear. No, what? The disappeared. It must have, gotten, got destroyed or taken in the carnage, because I did get 100 on that roll.
So you did stay in town for the night. Then you're going to probably try to sneak off. Caleb, you went back to the hotel to get your own van.
I went to get my stuff and get in the van and drive away. It's like,
Okay.
I don't have anything to do with stealing shit from.
Okay. And James and Quincy are together to go to the post office to mail this book and or card.
Yeah.
Well, he's mailing the book. I'm mailing the telegram to the paper because I have a feeling that this is going to be really bad. And then I'm bolting to the airport after getting back to the hotel, getting my. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase. I went back to the hotel to grab my stuff, took a cab to the post office, sent the telegram, and then I'm heading for the airport.
well, there's the post office at the airport. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All
That's
right.
That's open 24 hours. That doesn't get postmarked that day, but it's for dropping off packages.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I passed my cult, but I'm going to make it a hard. I'm mailing this to the Miskatonic.
Oh, you passed your occult.
And I'm making it hard.
With your other books and everything, you're able to determine it's called the Evocation of Amakin. It's an ancient grimoire written in blood, and it's a copy in Latin translation. It's full of all kinds of stuff. It'd take about a little over a month to comprehend the whole thing with some hardcore study.
He's not. I mean, he's in this for the fun. He's in this for the fun of it. He doesn't want to touch the real stuff.
Okay.
So like he's sitting there all to the most reputable people he knows to say it's like
Everybody's leaving and not coming back.
this needs to be safe.
All right. So I'm going to come to Eddie in a second. So Quincy and James are together. Caleb is on his own. Jackie's on his own. Eddie's on his own. Eddie, what are you doing? Finally.
Well, I kind of got hold of myself thinking, I don't really want to be seen walking out of this place carrying something. So I'm going to try to hide it somewhere and then just book it out.
All right.
I guess I'm stranded because
Well, where are you hiding it at?
Caleb took off. Just,
Cabs.
I don't know, under a cabinet or something.
In that room or where?
Anywhere in there.
Okay.
Anywhere quick. They won't find it real quick.
As you set it down, you see a reflection in it briefly,
Oh,
and you
shit.
have to do a double take. The irises of your eyes have turned red.
Oh, that's not right.
I know it's not. Roll sanity.
I saw that coming. Oh yeah, 93 will not do.
I should probably roll a d6.
Oh, oh my.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, that's a 6.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll the d10 for how long it's going to be.
Oh.
3. Okay, so go ahead and roll a d8.
Oh boy, I got the full thing now.
Poor Eddie.
3. I got a 3.
All right.
It's 3 too.
Go ahead and roll a d4. In the same area.
Oh man. 2.
You can't believe your eyes are ruined, and you break down into this fit of weeping. You don't know if it's sad or laughter. You don't know what it is, but you just can't help cry as you're looking at this device with all these buttons on there. And in your brain, as you're thinking about the thing behind you as the ice is cracking, there's that pain in your head. Feels like it's a pulse, and it seems to be pulsing with this object in front of you. Or is it pulsing with the thing behind you? And you cry, you're just crying as there's just a splitting sound and something breaking open. And you turn back with your eyes, your red eyes, you're crying, you turn around to look at what it is. And I want to leave it right there for a second. And let's just say I'll do my little conclusion and we're going to wrap it up. Because everybody took off and left town. I can't be mad at it. I love it. I love it. So, and you just hear, I guess with the pulsing, you just hear a takilili, takilili, takilili. And it's just, and then you find that you yourself are saying it forever. And so the next day rolls around. The Austrian comes for private show. I'm sure the guys come back and find a disaster. We don't really see. They come back to find something.
Everything's stolen.
Everything's stolen. The big items opened.
Except for that one thing that I put down.
And later in the morning, Kent McFarlane arrives early to see the disaster and is just screeching and saying. And the Austrian is come along and is pulled in beside him, and his entourage are coming inside. Like, what do you mean? I can't do an Austrian accent. I can only think of Schwarzenegger. What are you doing, Kent? And they all come in together, and then they all scream. And did you know that they got Dean Martin, the King of Cool himself, to do the live stage production, the opening of the convention on the last day? Yeah. You guys aren't there. It doesn't matter to you. But you guys missed the Dean Martin show. That's on you. So you got Rex the Tex Henderson's like, hey, we're broadcasting live right here to see the big reveals. The convention hall is opened. He goes, one of my personal heroes, Dean Martin himself, is going to open us up for the last day of This Is the Future. Let's go live. And there's cameras rolling from TV stations that are there and radio stations that are broadcasting. And the whole convention hall is just full. And Dean Martin's like, hey, I can't do Dean Martin, so don't ask me. And he comes out and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, this is the future. This is your future. And as he says that, the stage behind him explodes. And the amoeba-like pudding greenish black blob that's been there cleaning up comes bursting out. Dean Martin just doesn't even have time to scream as it rolls over him and engulfs him. And hungry for millions of years of its sleep, the Shoggoth rolls in to the crowd, onto the people, and it begins to devour them. As mass hysteria breaks out, people scream and cry and murder each other and watch it live on television. All I have to say is, this is the future.
Hey, James is right. He just didn't know about the Mythos connection.
We fucked up.
No,
Well,
What the hell else will
What
we
are you
do?
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well, if nothing else, I did send the papers, just who's responsible for this mess.
All right, and I've got
It
the
won't
book sent to
matter.
I've got the book sent to safe hands. So,
I got eaten
Eddie,
by a
you did-
Shoggoth.
Well,
Oh,
I'm,
Eddie, you
I'm
did.
on the beach in Miami.
well, I mean, yes.
enjoying,
I mean, yes. It won't matter in the end, but you know, if nothing else,
Maybe
we
it
did
will.
we did just ruin Monroe completely.
it's
You
true.
might
Everything
have
they
done
were
something.
doing.
We'll leave that off as a mystery for people to decide on their own. But
Mhm.
They still have that little doodad I dropped.
Becoming a cultist?
that's all I've got, Mr.
I
Tom.
don't know. As soon as the spear and the book show up, then they'll trace the disaster to you guys. And
I'm not gonna show up.
I had several alternate endings going on depending on what you guys did. Well,
And,
maybe we'll talk about it briefly. in a minute.
my bet.
I'm not going to prison.
James
You're
bets. James
Clearly.
bets that there's that they didn't have any cameras active on that dock just in case something got to where it got loose and that could be seen. So,
Mm.
but just in case, he made sure his back was to the camera the entire time.
Well, James. Well,
is there anything
Sure.
that we missed? Is there? I mean, it was.
you want me to tell you some
This a lot.
stuff?
Yeah.
If you could please.
I put a lot into the module extra from what it is because as anyone who's won a Reckoning of the Dead, they're all one pagers.
Yeah.
So like Jackie Bryce was a character that was made up,
Yeah.
like the position, because it was only a 4-player thing, right?
Mhm.
I'll briefly go through the whole opening with the radio personality. I made that guy up because
I like that. That was
Right.
cool.
just to tie it together. All the characters were where they're supposed to be. The convention, I added the NPCs and the things that you want to see just to kind of give it some to fill it
Yeah.
out a little bit.
Mhm.
I never got to talk about the Sony Walkman that came out that year. It was said that they'd hope that you guys would be the guys, one of them to get kicked out of the restricted area, but if not, have some random person do that. But it'd be better if it was you.
I almost did.
I know. I wanted it to be you. I had 3 red herrings put into this module, which became the stars of the show, which were the spear, the book, and the device. They were not a part of the module.
Oh my gosh.
They were just
That's
to
crazy.
lure you in a little bit and actually became a
I
lot of
love
fun
it.
to use.
Yeah, that was great.
The spear, if you want me to give you, there's a combination of, I did some generators to kind of come up with some stuff.
Mhm.
And I was hoping you were going to use this, but the spear will always unerringly strike the heart of a target. So you would kill anybody you attack.
I'm sure he will eventually.
It uses reversing causality. So creature
Wow.
effect then changes reality to the cause,
Wow, that's awesome.
sucking some magic points out of you.
Yeah.
The book had some spells in it: contact spirits of the dead, enchant Wanga. I didn't do a lot there. And then the last one was actually a device that gave it some random effects if Eddie was going to use it or push buttons. I just connected it so a couple would lure the Shoggoth to you.
Oh.
One would be that it would do nothing. One would be that you turn into a Shoggoth yourself. One is that it explodes, causing damage. And the other is you learn the mysteries of the universe and go either completely mad or give into it and become one with the universe.
Oh,
So
wow.
It's just a weird little object. I know I was hoping
Mm.
to play with it, but you know what? No
I got it.
regrets.
I was thinking like a hound sees you in the crystal and comes after you. But
Mm. But it didn't give a solution. It says, here's the stuff, let the investigators do something. But if they fail, it comes out of the stage the next day and eats Dean Martin. I'm like, wait, where's the solution?
There isn't always a solution, especially when
Yeah.
you've got a Shoggoth that's
Yeah.
falling out.
Wait, so was there
Yeah.
a lizard person that came out of the ice, or was it just a Shoggoth?
Just Shoggoth.
it's
Okay.
just to show us.
Would the spear have done anything? No, most likely not.
It-
since it
not to the
kept
Shoggoth.
the attacks.
No,
It
because
has
it doesn't
no
have the
heart.
heart.
Not to the
Oh,
Shoggoth.
that's
Yeah.
true. No heart.
I was waiting
Oh,
for
that sucks.
Jackie to use his emergency phone call.
Oh, I never got the chance to do that. Yeah, that would have been cool.
I was gonna have, if you called your person,
Yeah.
someone from A cell of Delta Green was gonna intercept the call
Oh,
and be like, "You have 7 minutes to clear Fort Worth," and then they were gonna
Oh my
they were gonna
God.
carpet bomb the entire city,
that's
Oh,
cool. I
Or pro-
almost
or
feel
pro-
bad
or
that I
probably
got.
nuke it. They're
Yeah,
probably
I'm
actually
glad
gonna
you
nuke
forgot
it.
I almost feel bad that I got 100 on that power roll because otherwise I definitely would have done that at the end. Oh man.
So I had Delta Green standing by to eradicate
That's
the problem,
great.
which actually would have been a solution. But now I think the Shoggoth goes on a rampage, and it takes a while for them to assemble, and probably gets hundreds, if not more, of
Well,
people
if the
before.
Shoggoth can get to the ocean, then it'll just
yeah.
dive out of
Literally.
sight.
So yeah, that was all the extra stuff I put in.
That was
To-
fun.
And I almost made it go too long. I didn't think I had enough, so I apologize
Oh, it
for
was
going
good.
over.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
great.
perfect.
Not at all.
That was fun.
It was great.
It was great.
Let's go
Any
ahead
more?
and finish.
All right.
Any more questions?
Mm-mm.
No. All right,
Great
let's
job.
go
That was
ahead and
awesome.
finish.
Yeah, that was good.
Our players included John Dos Passos, Leslie Schaefer, Jen Obertaz, Mike Kyle, and myself, with Lucas Gassauer as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.